And good morning on this Tuesday morning. 51 degrees out there, and yes, the sun should shine. What a beautiful day it's going to be. JC, put that cake down.
Man, I tell you what,
We're gonna
I've
wanna
been eating
eat it
birthday
too.
cake since Saturday.
Delicious.
That's one of the best cakes, I believe, or the best cake I've ever eaten in my life. I'm saving this big last piece for Sheriff Mike Blakey when he gets here, where he can enjoy eating every bit of this. Good morning, I'm Jamie Cooper. Thank y'all for getting up with us. This is a Tuesday morning edition of Cooper & Company Live. This is Athens in the AM, and join us today, Miss Rodeo USA, plus Miss Rodeo Limestone County, same person, and the sheriff of the greatest county on earth.
Woohoo.
On the greatest TV station.
On number one TV station rated right Texas EYP on Highway 72. And Dr. Jan White joins us today. Dr. White, with all those pearls on, you may want to sell those to Don Simon this morning.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we gave those pearls away last week for Mother's Day, too. Lady in
Kathy
Hartsville, I think,
Beard
won those.
won.
Sheriff, I understand you had a big turnout last night for the pony rides.
Oh, they're kids, I don't know where all of them come from.
Yeah, we're Preston's next door, so we don't ever kind of make that. I'm always out doing something else, getting ready to go to bed or something by the time y'all start all that. It's Rodeo Week in Limestone County, the 31st annual. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. Frank in here this morning. He's answering the phone, holding down everything. We'll tell you, we've got some video, or Danny Johnson, the Roadrunner, was out shooting a little for me. I was at a birthday party for Maddie. Turns 1 year old today, so happy birthday to the #1 kid in my life. No offense, Abby. Maddie, 1 year old. Well, her official birthday, had her party. We'll share some pictures with you in just a moment also. Plus, we were up at Zeke's, up at Pizza Inn for Mother's Day. Capacity crowd. One of the biggest days I've ever had. We'll have a little bit of that video coming up, too, from this past Sunday. All that coming your way here on a Tuesday morning edition. Harold Wells will be with us later. City Council met last night. He'll tell us all about what happened in that. So, look forward to that on this Tuesday morning. Anyway, thank y'all for getting up with us. Here's Gloria to tell you what a hot rodeo week we're going to have.
And don't forget, Coach from West Limestone will be here, too, talking about a fundraiser that they have. And yes, it is going to be absolutely beautiful. Sheriff just usually hits it right, and it looks like it's going to be an absolutely gorgeous week, especially over the weekend for a rodeo, with just very little chance of those showers right now, Sheriff. So let's keep our fingers crossed. 51 degrees out there right now with high temperatures around 81, full sunshine, so just enjoy. Tomorrow, high temperatures of 83, low of 62, partly cloudy skies, but still no rain to really worry about. Looks like Thursday we may see just a few little showers, but not a lot to worry about. And these are just quick showers, not the long standing rain like we have had. And then there is just a chance of rain on Friday and Saturday, but very little, and it's not going to rain in Limestone County, is it, Sheriff?
No way.
Sheriff, if I was going to commit a crime in Limestone County, wouldn't this be the week to do it?
Well, you'd
No,
be done.
I think some people think, it never fails when it comes rodeo week. It seems like all of our work there at the sheriff's office increases too. Yesterday morning when I had to get up early to be on another station, they started calling. I was going to get up at 4 o'clock. Well, they started calling me about 2:30 or 3 o'clock. We had they thought they had a fire at the jail. There was smoke. They couldn't find out where it was coming from. Had to evacuate a couple of cell blocks. Turns out it was some Freon leaking out of a steam pipe there.
So your day started early last week.
And then,
yesterday.
it was happening in Athens yesterday. They had a attempted robbery down there at the drugstore. That ought to hit the dumb crook news on that guy.
That was pretty interesting. He thought he had a gun, but the pharmacist
He had a bigger gun.
I had the News Courier this morning. I saw it on 48 last night, too. They're calling him the butt crack bandit since he nearly lost his pants when the pharmacist drew a gun on him.
Scared him.
All right, first and foremost, so this morning, let me give a shout out to the Athens Golden Eagle girls and Miss Miranda Huddleston and Shut Up and all that. Won the state championship for the first time.
Yay.
1-0. That's Saturday morning at 10 o'clock when it started over that way.
Was it
Shut out?
overtime?
Should have said shut up success, but shut out success. Congratulations to the Athens soccer. And yes, the little mean got a ring.
Got a ring.
So got to give a shout out to her
Good
this
for
morning,
her.
too. So now, Bill Mean got a ring. Susan, the only ring she's got, the wedding ring she's got on from Bill.
It probably costs more.
William
And all
got
of them
one,
together.
Elizabeth got one, and now Sarah's got one. So the Means got a full.
The whole family.
The whole
has a ring.
family's got a ring now. So.
Congratulations.
Yeah, Sheriff, y'all had the rodeo parade this weekend. Danny Johnson, we'll shot some video. We'll have that later on this morning. Picture in the News Courier. That's out of the Decatur Daily this morning, showing y'all looking good there. Getting ready to go. It was a perfect day for it, so that went pretty doggone good. Lauren, hang on a second. I want to talk about one thing. Let me go over, since y'all couldn't make it to our birthday party Saturday morning.
We had the parade. Y'all said it on the
Y'all
wrong
had a
time.
parade, but I've seen that parade 1,000 times, Sheriff. So this time, Jan, I had to stay at home. Here are some pictures. Flip some up there. Let me see. That's me on the left. Minnie Mouse, Hershey Reed's little daughter in the middle, Maddie, Abby. That's me with a Bama shirt on.
In
What
case
else
you
we got?
didn't know.
And there's Gloria, little Maddie right there, overseeing things. We headed in the garage out back.
Well, she
and,
just devoured the cake in that shot.
Yeah, and Roy and Gwen, they
Happy
were there.
birthday, Roy.
Partied the whole time. Roy's birthday also was the
The
next
12th?
day, so happy birthday, Roy. Had him a little cake. There's two Bama fans.
Y'all look
Me and
alike.
Matthew. I wish he was my kid. Me and Matthew right there getting ready to celebrate the big party. So.
And trying to hide in the background.
Yeah,
And,
well, everything's going on like that.
It's a lot of fun.
Hey, Joyce Brothers died yesterday.
I know, I heard that.
85. She was the first psychologist on
Dr.
television.
Joyce.
Didn't she do all kinds of advice on everything?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere.
You probably never heard of her.
Sir, I haven't.
You're in, I mean. Yeah.
She's a baby.
Oh, you go to Dr. Phil. You know who he is.
Yes.
Yes,
See,
sir.
she like his predecessor.
Yeah, way.
And if anybody really cares, Barbara Walters announced finally she's going to get her old butt off TV. She's like 100. She announced her retirement yesterday.
It'll be like you.
Mother's
100.
Day, of course, was said. I couldn't resist this picture out of the Decatur Daily from my buddy Gary Cosby. It says here, Terry Smith leads a cast of mothers at Daystar Church in Hartsville. They perform a tribute to mothers during the Sunday morning worship. Now, you can see this online. Looks like they get down. I'm going to go find that where you can play that. I don't know what they did, but it looks like it was very entertaining. All right, Mike, let me give you a quiz here. We're going to talk more road. You've got a guest in here this morning, I see.
That's my grandson, Luke.
Yeah, he's over in the dark this
All
morning.
grown up.
Yeah. Ain't you going to school today? Hey, is
All
Wentworth
right.
in town yet?
He's in town. He'll be here Friday.
All right. All right. Here's a little, let's have the USA Today, Lawrence. I mean, you've eaten a hot dog before, right? Everybody has.
Yeah.
What's the number one condiment people, don't show it yet, Brad, put on a hot dog? Number one.
Ketchup.
Ketchup.
Ketchup, mustard. Okay.
Mustard.
Actually, those two ranked last. Ketchup was only 8, mustard. The number one thing people put on hot dogs is cheese.
Really?
That's
What
a
do you-
cheese dog.
Cheese, chili, and onion, wasn't it? Mustard, ketchup was last.
That's shocking.
I don't know where they grew up, but it wasn't from North Alabama, I can tell you that. All right, let's see what else. Jan, I noticed, let's see, they're wearing cowboy boots, you're wearing heels, and Jan, you're wearing some sort of heels too. You remember when you used to wear them ugly looking skeechers?
Oh, yeah.
What were they called?
Skechers.
Beside barefoot.
What were they called?
MBTs.
Skechers, right? Well,
Something like
Skechers
that.
USA will pay out $40 million to more than 520,000 consumers who bought the shoes thinking it would tone up their legs. And you were among the ones that bought
I
those.
have to admit, I also have
Guilty
those.
she was.
Yep, guilty.
All right,
They are ugly.
They were, yeah. They
You know,
didn't
if they're
work.
gonna-
They were ugly.
Yeah, if they're going to tone your behind,
It's worth it.
You buy them, you know.
Yeah. But they didn't work.
You may be eligible for some of this money. 520,000 people are going to be eligible for 40 million people. Now, there's no recall
$40
on
million.
boots. Now, if you want to buy boots, go next door to Preston's. They got a gazillion of them over there.
Good looking boots.
Right. And then one other thing here. You have your cell phone with you constantly?
Well, it's in my purse, but I don't use it a lot because I'm too busy.
Very good. How often is your cell phone within an arm's length?
For the first time ever, I cut my phone off the other night and slept all night without checking it.
Good.
52%
So there you
say it's
go.
always with them, Sheriff. You probably have yours constantly because you are the sheriff of the most popular county in the world.
Left in the truck.
Is it?
Left in the truck.
But most people, I'll wake up at 12, 11 o'clock at night, whatever. She'll hit the light. Like, what are you doing? Checking Facebook. What is that friggin' important at midnight?
I got to cut the notification thing off because it's annoying. It's annoying.
Yeah, it is.
Well, anyway,
Wakes me up.
I'm gonna fire y'all up now with this. Y'all been these katydids? Y'all know they're coming back after 17 years on the ground. Have you heard about this?
I hope not.
Katydids are coming back. They're not dangerous.
They're
at all.
scary sounding though.
You kept up with this?
Yeah.
They sing for sex. They emerge from the earth, and they're harmless. I told y'all this a couple of weeks ago, and I saw it on my iPad. I'm going to do more on this later, but they're back. They make a big noise. But also, I see
They're
in USA
excited.
Days. Now, Mike, I know you'll eat anything.
I've never eaten a katydid.
Well, according to this research in USA Days, they're good for you.
You're
That's
cute. Ooh.
Ask the katydid. A United Nations report calls for bringing bugs to your next picnic. Providing a satisfying crunch, insects are highly nutritious and health food source with high fat, protein, vitamin, fiber, and mineral content.
I
Gross.
think Matthew's going to put them on the menu at Chick-fil-A.
Insects are just one resource. It says here, bugs look promising. About 2 billion people worldwide already eat bugs, Lord, on a regular basis. It says here, some scorpions and water bugs are yummy. There are 10 million different insects to choose from. Katydid should be good eating too. Good news is because the latest fraud is hitting the U.S. now. So now they've been underground for 17 years. They emerge, mate,
So
and
they
then
haven't
die.
mated in 17 years?
Well, that's why they're coming out. They're tired of being alone.
Now, aren't those the same things that a lot of times, they'll attach themselves to a tree
That's
and,
exactly.
and the shells, we used to catch,
Right.
go find them and play with them when we was
It
kids.
says they get on the tree and
Especially
then they
fruit
go right
trees,
back.
especially fruit trees.
I don't have time to get into that scientifically, but Sheriff explained it pretty good today. All right, now, for my last thing this morning, before I go do a little bit of news this morning, thank all y'all for getting up here. This would
must
be
be
the
bad.
appropriate thing to answer a Dear Jamie this morning. Here's the question. I got this out of News Curse morning. Would you please address the distinction between dinner and supper, Sheriff? I've heard many people refer to the evening meal as dinner, but the definition of an evening meal is supper. I've even heard newscasters refer to the president sitting down with a guest for dinner tonight. So what says stickler in the South? What is it called, dinner or supper?
It's the same
If you're
thing.
from across the river, you eat dinner at 11, 12 o'clock around noon, and you eat supper about 6 or 7 o'clock at night.
How they
guess
do it in
not.
Moulton? Lawrence County.
We use both words for,
The same thing. I always said dinner and supper, same thing. But Sheriff, you say dinner is
I say
lunchtime?
lunch, and then dinner or supper.
Okay.
It's because
That's
you're
the modern.
properly
all right,
trained
you're-
to be the
all right, that's-
model that
That's
you
the California way, yeah.
Yeah, that's, see, used to growing up in New Hope, dinner was lunch, supper was supper.
Chicago.
Nowadays, though, since I'm more mature and live in the city,
And you have to
lunch
cook
is
for
lunch
us.
and dinner is night. Dinner is
Yeah.
supposed to be the main meal of the day.
We
Well,
never
lunch
called
is
it
for us.
lunch growing up. It was always dinner.
It says here the word dinner is used when referring to a formal meal or banquet.
I never use supper.
No, I know. Well, you're a Yankee. Supper refers to the lighter meal taking place later in the evening.
Well, there.
So now y'all have learned
How
something this
educational
morning,
you
Sheriff.
are this morning.
Well, you know, churches used to always have dinner on the ground. That was always around noon.
Okay.
Dinner on the ground. All right, Sheriff, we got a big week. We're going to talk more about that in just a little bit, too. We'll have video coming up of the ride, and we'll talk with you and everything else. Zoro, you got to be quiet
Did they
this
catch all
morning.
the goats?
Yeah, you should have seen that. Jackie Perry brought goats over there to Pat's for the kids to see last night, and the panels he had was too tall for them to stay in, and they went running down through that pasture out there. All the little rodeo queens out there chased them down.
And tonight,
got 'em.
what
Yes.
time does the thing start
girls.
tonight? With
Starts at 6, and it'll go on probably till 10 o'clock or so.
All right, we'll talk more about that coming up later on this morning. Y'all make yourself at home this morning.
Did
here
you
on
show him the
program.
ring?
Oh,
It's right
I
there in
saw
front
it
of you.
right there.
It's a horse head.
yeah.
Sheriff.
Don Simons may
And
be
we-
here later this morning. He is donating this to you.
And we'll raffle that off at the rodeo.
It
and
is
we
a
appreciate it.
value of probably about $1,500, $2,000. You can pay me cash for it later, and I will be accepting that. But we're going to give this to you. We'll officially.
Looks like it would weight your arm down. It looks pretty good.
It's like a Mr. T starter set. We'll talk more about that in just a little bit from Don Simons, and don't forget he buys all your gold. We'll take a break right now on the Tuesday morning edition coming live. Y'all hang on.